Well, you know I can't throw a triplex, right? But I got 3 Zpacks stickers right here. Hello everyone, it has been a minute, but if you're new to the channel, I am RNTUL, really not that ultralight. My wife Unicorn is shooting the film. We both were on the PCT on 2021. We got back from our thru hike last year, but let's talk about the review and the ins and outs of the review. We'll update you on what we did the last few months at the end of the video. This camo tent 2019, it was on us. It was on with us through the PCT for the whole thru hike. And we just ordered that spruce triplex last week for the sake of the review. Again, not affiliated with Zpacks. I think we can get right into the review right now. Let's talk triplex. Again, if you're new to the channel, I follow 4 characteristics in this particular order when I'm looking for ultralight gear: build quality, weight, packability, and function. Each characteristic holds a point value of 5 points, totaling 20. So let's get on to build quality. So as we talk build quality, let's set the tent up first. We got the tent laying flat, and we're gonna get 4 stakes put in the tent right now. And as you can see, Unicorn just laid that last one flat there. But as a quick review here, you see the build quality here at the end. It seems like the seams held up through all the wear and tear at the end. All right, the triplex calls for 2 trekking poles. We're on the 2nd trekking pole right now, as you can see there. Got the American flag, as I always do, on the pole. And as you can see, looking at the build quality at the top here, the reinforcement of that hood seems to still be in rather good condition. As you can see, the tent is up right now, and Unicorn is about to put in the final stakes and pull it on. And I really want to focus on the build quality of having the pool throughout a whole thru hike, and they look rather healthy. Build quality really good. Look at that. That held up through a lot of wear and tear. All right, to further reiterate, 2019 tent, and it was through a whole thru hike on the PCT. Here are the seams. I'm kind of focusing in right here. All right, the seams on this side, we put both of the rain flies down, as you can see, to guard from rain and wind. It looks to be in pretty darn good condition for what we put it through the past 3 years. Do a quick shot of the bathtub on the inside of the tent. Again, seams and the sewing has held up, and the patching and the fabrics and the screen. Small tidbit of information: these tabs are a little bit different on the newer tents, and I'll show you the clip. This is on the camo tent. As we're putting up the spruce tent, Unicorn did notice these are a little bit smaller. Some weight savings, no doubt, the Zpacks way. And we're looking at build quality on the spruce here really quick, as Unicorn is finishing everything up on this. Also noticing that these straps are a little bit different than last. Feels good though, as I pan around to give that last check. I'm not going to get monotonous and go on the inside and do all that. It looks relatively the same in there with all the seams and the bathtub. Looks like a good check. Boom, so let's do the final wrap up of build quality. As you can tell, we did a walkthrough of the camo tent and also the new spruce tent. But I'm going to say, after the review of looking at all the seams and after looking at all the changes, well, for sure, the camo tent from 2019 gets an absolute build quality of 5 out of 5 from all the wear and tear that we put it through. You can tell some of the Dyneema doesn't have that crunch, you know, that feel. Unicorn, if you can follow me, it wears eventually versus kind of, you know, when I first got Dyneema, it felt kind of cheap and you can hear it. And that's kind of like that new material that bounces water out. But for the sake of the old tent and the new tent, I would say build quality 5 out of 5. All right, so let's talk about weight. So let's talk about the first one here, the camouflage tent, which is discontinued, the one that I'm actually reviewing. But just for the sake of folks that are looking to buy the triplex, I do have another one as discussed, the one that's being sold today. The stuff stack's a little bit bigger, as you can see, so let's just see about let's see how this both stacks up in weight in terms of something that I've used since 2019 and something that I just received in the mail. All right, it's the weight test. All right, let's start with the camouflage tent. Let's see what this weighs in at. With the stuff sack, that is, as you can see, move it in, it's 23.85. Wow, since 2019, through some wear and tear. All right, now we're down with the spruce, the one that I just received about a week ago, with the bigger stuff sack. Actually, oof. That weighs in at 23.95. All right, so let's talk about weight. Old tent, new tent, pretty close. I would have to say do your research out there, but in terms of fitting 2-3 people, 2 people with packs, a dog, all that beautiful space, I'd have to give this thing a 5 out of 5, old and new. Again, just so you can see there visually how it all pans out together. The BV500, the width of that, the width of the new triplex, the width of the older triplex, again, that just comes down to stuff sack size. But let's see how this pans out in terms of packability in your pack. All right, gonna start with the camouflage tent triplex. Typically, this is what I would do. I would just take it and put it right straight in here. I don't know if I can get the camera to pan in, but there you go. Just kind of straight drop that in, straight in, put it on the left side, and then you'll have to fill up the right side of the left side. Once in a while, I would pack it like this up at the top, and it would just hang in the arc haul here up at the top, but I wouldn't really suggest it putting it down in the frame. Again, there's a new pack out there, the Arc Haul 70, which might solve that whole solution, and I didn't suggest putting this out on the outside. So typically you put it on the inside and it fits somewhere down like that. Again, with the spruce version of the triplex, I would say same thing, right? Not rocket science. You got this big thing, you pull that out, see if I can get a little bit wider. Boom. I don't think it's gonna fit down there. I'd put it straight in and then start to pack on the left side or the right side of it. Again, maybe I'll get the Arc 70 to see if it'll fit straight down, since the bear canister, you can see right here, should, in theory, fit down on the Arc Haul 70. And that might take the solution if you'd want to pack it that way. But in terms of packability, it's pretty good. Again, let's talk packability. Smaller stuff sack's a little bit bigger. You can still see that it fits kind of this way, not horizontally. Horizontal's tough with that old Arc Haul 62, but maybe with that new Arc Haul 70 liter, which fits the BV500 this way into your pack, that might be the solution. But something that provides this much space, I'm just gonna have to say the packability is absolutely a 5 out of 5. All right, so the kickoff function, one of the first things I'm gonna zone in on is the rain fly. As you can see, Unicorn is demoing it. It unfolds and it connects precisely right there at the bottom. All right, as Unicorn is putting the second rain fly down, I wanted to ask Unicorn, hey, Unicorn, besides, of course, rain, wind, what was one of the advantages you liked about this again?
I really liked how well it regulated the temperature at night. If it was a really cold night, you can put down 2 or 3 of the doors. You don't have to put down all 4 at once to get the benefits of it, but it really helps keep the warmth in, with able to still keep maybe 1 or 2 doors open so you don't collect condensation, but it really helps regulate the heat at night. Awesome,
temperature regulator function. Yeah. Also, in terms of function, when it comes to the rainfly, I will say that Unicorn was a master at making sure to have the tent face a certain way. Of course, if you had a choice, the way the wind was blowing, because of course, if you have the wind blow through and you want that air circulation, but when it's really blowing, like we're going over Meter Pass, some of those flaps could get in the way if the tent is angled a certain way versus going against the side of the tent. Another quick function, as you can tell, is there are 2 exits, and that really came in handy in tight spots or in the middle of the night when one person has to go wee-wee and the other person doesn't. You can just get out one in and out. Great function. Another thing is if you look at the square footage of this place, man, I put the backpack down there. You can put a dog in the middle here if you had one. There's so much headroom for all my camera equipment. I mean, this is a pretty large tent. That is a huge function of the Triplex. It is absolutely a mansion. There's one of these pockets on both sides. There's some spare Dyneema tape right there. And also we've got a little hook right up there. Unicorn, if you can, yeah, hang your flashlight from there or any gear. It's cool, it's minimalistic. Again, not to underscore the size of the Triplex. Unicorn, you're like, how tall?
I'm 5'3".
5'3", but still, look how big that is. There is so much space in there. That is one of, look at that head space as well. Massive, massive function. I guess if you've been listening to the review, I'm gonna give function a 5 out of 5. Absolutely magnificent function for the Triplex, old and new. All right, so let's talk about the final score for the 2019 Triplex that I got, the camo tent, and also the new one. So let's talk about the 4 characteristics. Talk about build quality, 5 out of 5, weight, 5 out of 5, packability, 5 out of 5, and function, 5 out of 5, for a perfect score of 20 out of 20. That's happiest known time with the Triplex tent. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the review. Like, subscribe, and share, please, if you want more reviews. It really helps us keep the morale up. I don't know if we're doing a trail in 2023. I actually don't know what trail we would be doing. But right now, some things are up in the air. We're getting some gear, we're preparing. We have some extra footage, bonus footage of what we've been doing the past few months. So just stick tight, we'll throw you those clips. And please like, subscribe, and share. And everyone, we will catch you on the other side.
You ever seen this before?
No.
We're not going to run it up on the inside of that chain. Rental. We're going to run it up on the outside. And then we're going to drop it. All you got to do is watch. Up it goes. This is why they call me Ringmaster. And I'm going to drop that ring. You ready, Randall?
Ready, sir?
You ready,
Unicorn?
Juniper?
Unicorn.
Unicorn. All right, don't look up at me. Watch what I do. Just watch what I do. If you look up, you'll miss it. Randall, you ready? You got it on film?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to drop that ring.
Roger that.
Ready? Look at that.
Oh.
Now that's a lock set. You can try that on your bear bag out on the backcountry.
And it's looped. It's
Yeah,
tied
you
on.
can tie that on your bear bag.
Well, look at that.
But I did it by magic.
Yeah, you did do it.
What?
Magic. You
was.
think that's supernatural?
What was your trail name again, sir?
I'm Ringmaster.
Ringmaster? Okay, Ringmaster. I tell you what, it's been a while since we vlogged. Ringmaster, Unicorn, and Sam, Unicorn, Ringmaster, Rental. This is what we're doing in our spare time. First time we're back on the Florida Trail.